Hey everyone, my name is Rahat. I hope you all are doing well. I am the host of the video series Mainframe Voices. As the name suggests, we are creating a video series where we gather different perspectives of experts on mainframe technology and mainframe modernization. Our goal is to highlight the importance and future of mainframe in today's technology landscape. In this episode of Mainframe Voices, we explore how user interfaces and data visualization tools can be designed to empower non-technical users in exploring and analyzing mainframe data. Data democratization aims to make critical information accessible to everyone in an organization, but this requires user-friendly tools that bridge the gap between complex data and everyday users. Our experts will discuss effective design strategies for creating intuitive interfaces as engaging visualization that enable users without technical backgrounds to interact with and derive insights from mainframe data. Join us as we uncover how thoughtful design can transform data accessibility and empower all team members to make informed decisions.
Just like the way you would do it in an open system, right? Let's say take Power BI. Somebody had access to Power BI and you train some people to how to generate reports and visualization in Power BI. Traditionally, you will connect it to a SQL Server database or an Oracle database. That's not in mainframe. You can democratize data in such a way that the end user doesn't even know where the data comes. As long as they have access, you can get the data directly from mainframe. So we can expose the data through like ODBC, JDBC, through APIs, through multiple ways, even through replication of data to a local platform. However be the need, we can do that work. Just like the way you would train your resources on open system, we can do the same work on mainframe today. It's just that the resources, the end business user need not even know that underlying source of data is actually coming from mainframe. We can integrate the data and expose the data without any issues.
To data is an important thing. The ability of these tools to implement controls to transform mass and limit the set of data. And obviously, there's an important case, which is I may be on a role that I get access to certain data, but then if I can take that data and put it somewhere else, and then suddenly you wouldn't have access to that data, but now you get access to the copy that I've created and I can now use it for purposes that weren't intended. I think traceability also, it's an important thing. So again, fortunately there's tools and vendors on the market that specialize on this. So in general, data democratization is possible. I think tools exist, but they do need to be orchestrated, and you need to have someone with understanding of regulatory compliance also supporting the organization to make sure that access is simple, it's fast, but it's also safe for the organization and for their consumers.
One, many organizations are exposing APIs or virtualization systems to allow users to get at the data. But two, I think there's been a transformation in the industry due to AI, due to machine learning, due to data science, that says we have a number of data scientists who understand how to use data science tools. They understand how to use Python. They understand how to use capabilities. And those tools can connect to the Z data just as easily as they can connect to any other data. And so by exposing our Z data into the traditional data science tools, we allow them to do the same thing they're doing in any other platform against the larger data set, with keeping in mind security to make sure we're not causing a security exposure. But the virtualization manager or APIs can be used to allow the access. The other thing some organizations are looking at is what is the data lake strategy? What is the metadata strategy? So you're extracting out of the system into separate chunks of data the knowledge that needs to be generally shared versus the secure data. So things like personal information, nobody needs to see, basically. But things like what's my inventory is something that should be exposed. So those kinds of things, and choosing to make sure we understand what data is personal, sensitive, proprietary, etc., versus what data really should be exposed, I think is actually the bigger step. I think in the distributed space, we have in many cases had less thought of the security around the data first. And on Z, we have more thought of security first. And so people have accessed data that maybe they shouldn't have accessed, but they could get to it. And so we need to take the security first thought process from the mainframe to the rest of the world. And we need to do the how do I expose the data in a way that makes it easier from the rest of the world to the mainframe. But this is a people problem. It's not a technology problem. It's a people problem. It's making sure we're providing the right access to the right people.
Today, Grafana has been established as a front end for visualization. You can use it together with Prometheus for monitoring, as an example, or also for using it for automation stuff and receiving feedback about missing updates or security incidents. Therefore, that has been really well established for that, but also IBM, SUSE and Red Hat are providing already tools for that with a real nice front end. OpenShift has got his own front end for that. SUSE has got the Rancher Manager and the SUSE Manager supporting all Linux distributions, as an example. Therefore, there are different open source technologies around the world which are providing these features to visualize data. From my point of view, I was also a monitoring system administrator in the past. It is a lot of work in the first step to configure that all, because you need the required plugins and everything else. But if you have installed and configured all, you are receiving the required feedback about it. And then if you are receiving the feedback and the information, you can interact also faster.